All right, what's up, guys? Chocosir here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 216, and for this week, we have a Mana Tree Revival Seed for this week. All right, so first things first, I've decided to swap my life split background for a change because I've been using the same one for quite a long time now. Um, so I decided to, switch it up. I haven't used my Luca background in a long time, so I decided to, bring her out for the seed. She might be on the next week's seed too, so I'm gonna give Pamaela a break for a change. But anywho, it is Saturday as I'm recording this video. You guys won't see this until Friday when it goes up on the channel. Uh, yeah. So with that said, let us look at the flags. We have 18 flags for this weekly seed. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Starting off, we have a random starting character. We have restrictive logic as always. The flamey drum is going to be on logic as well, so we will have to locate that among the checks. We also have hard complexity in play as well, so some of the progression items could be in more obscure locations. They could be behind chains or in chains. They could be harder to get to in general. Um, Basically, hard complexity means that the complexity ladder could be pretty high depending on where things are. So in other words, this could be a longer seed, but we'll see. We also have vanilla bosses and vanilla shops. It is what it says. The bosses are going to be in their vanilla locations. So Mantis Ant, for example, is going to be at the Mantis Ant spot. Vanilla shops, we already know what's in the shops, so we don't have to go looking in armor shops for anything. We know where everything is at. We also have find both characters at current level, so all three characters are in the seed. We have no chest drops. It is what it says. Enemies will not be dropping chests. No trash weapons from Watts. Basically, it is what it says. Watts will not be forging trash weapons. He does have a low chance of forging a trash weapon when this flag is off anyway. So we don't have to worry about that. Random enemy spawns, it is what it says. We can see any enemy in any area of the game. We also have enemy type status ailments. Faster magic leveling is disabled for this seed. So that means the spells, the spell experience is going to be vanilla. So instead of three spells needed to be cast from level 0 to level 1, we need 12. Just like in vanilla Secret of Mana, we need 12 spells to get from level 0 to level 1, 13 spells from level 1 to level 2, and so on and so on. We have enemy stats increased after bosses. It is what it says. We can level up all we want to early game before we kill any boss. But once we start killing bosses, that will spike their levels up per boss that you kill. So we kind of do have to be a little careful with this flag. I do believe that the enemies get 1.5 levels per boss kill. So they can spike up pretty fast if you kill a bunch of bosses quickly. Seeds required is set to random. However, the minimum seeds required is set to 6, while the maximum is set to 7. So in other words, we need either 6 seeds or 7 seeds to complete the run. We also have a gold drop multiplier of 100. That doesn't matter because the enemies do not drop chests. And last but not least, we have a 100 gold start. So this is a Mana Tree Revival seed, so I'm not expecting too long of a seed, but you never know. Sometimes the randomizer likes to be cheeky and put seeds in awful locations. It is hard complexity as well, so we will have to keep that in mind. Flaming Drum could also be in a nasty spot, so we might be looking for that for a while. It depends on where it is. We also have to deal with the faster magic leveling being disabled. So there's a lot we have to deal with this seed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, looks like we're starting off with the girl here. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so girl start's always nice to have. Ooh, starting off with the bow. Alright, so we got a true shot as our starting weapon, light and con. Okay. 400 gold there. Fire seed in a volcano. Alright, so that tells us the fire seed is in the Pure Land. We don't know what spot it's in, but we know it's there. Somewhere. Okay, we need to shoot you. Alright, Lumina in a chest. Shot that too early. I need to shoot him. Otherwise, I get smacked. Alright, water seed at the witch's castle. That's also a good hint. So we know where the water seed is. We know where the fire seed is. Alright, gnome is late. Shade before the Pure Lands bushes. And needed gnome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mark that just in case that there's a seed on Mech 3, which I hope there isn't. But you never know. Because if there's a seed on Mech 3, we may have to go do Grand Palace. Alright, Midge Mallet in the mountains. Undini at a ped. Okay, Midge Mallet's at Dark Palace or Doppelgangers. Undini's on a pedestal. Let's see, we got that 400 gold from the Poto's chest earlier, so that's going to be enough to get a power wrist. And honestly, I might just save for the Kung Fu dress at this point because I'm going to be going by Kaipo anyway. And I would rather get the Kung Fu dress than the chain vest. Alright, level up there. Level up there. Okay. Salamendo required for that. Wow. 3 glove orbs. Okay. Let me see. Should probably go ahead and save split these. I mean, Tropicalos shouldn't take too long to kill with the level 1 bow. Before I do though, let me grab the power wrist while I'm over here. Like I said, we're not grabbing the chain vest. I could, but I would rather save up for the Kung Fu dress. I should probably save again, but I'm gonna go ahead and not save. Now, if I can hit him on the right frame, like that, I can get 2 shots every time that he comes up. So we're gonna try to do that. There we go. Ow. Alright, I gotta wait here. There we go. Nice. What? Interesting that that bomb hit me in that corner right there. Because usually you can sit in that corner and the pumpkin bombs won't hit you. I say usually because rarely, very rarely that it does hit you there. We just got unlucky, I guess. All right, we get Axe Orb, we get the Wind Seed, and the Whip Orb. Okay, Wind Seed we're keeping, of course. All right, 454 gold. All right, we have enough for the hair ribbon and the Kung Fu dress once we get to Kaipo. A lot of folks don't like the bow as a weapon. I personally find that it's not that bad as long as you know what you're doing with it. And as long as you know... Oh, he stopped right there. That's unfortunate. As long as you know, like, how far you can stand before hitting something. I've done a lot of challenges involving the bow, so I do have a lot of experience with it. I mean, to me, it's not that bad of a weapon. A lot of folks don't like it, though, which I understand it. Alright, level 4. The bow orb and nothing. Do we keep it? 342 for... I had to kill a bunch of enemies. Nah, we're not keeping that. We're not keeping that. I could, but we're not going to keep that. I'd have to grind a couple of enemies if I do that. So we're just gonna stick with our level 1 bow for now. Alright, jab orb. Hope out. Now, I could just take the cannon to Pandora, but I'd rather not because I want to grab the Kung Fu dress and the hair ribbon from the shop over here. And the hint. There's a hint over here too. I see you. Not needed Undini. Okay. Again, we marked that just in case the randomizer decides to be cheeky and put a seed at Mech 3. Alright, so we grab this, and we grab this. And I'll grab 1 candy. Alright, so wall face shouldn't be a problem. At level 3 with, what, 24 defense, wall face shouldn't be an issue at all. Matter of fact, the wall face is probably going to be level 2 because we only have 1 boss on our belt so far. It's perfectly fine if we take kills because leveling up right now doesn't affect the boss's level until we kill the boss itself. Alright, light seed on a ped. Okay, light seed on a ped, Undini on a ped, water seed at Witch's Castle. We're just gonna go straight there. Fire seed is in Pure Land. We have the wind seed. And we also know that Lumina is in a chest. I want to see if I can hit level 4 here before I hit up Wallface. If I can. There we go. All right, level 4 acquired. Just for the little bit of extra stats. Alright, so we have no cutting weapon yet. No whip. We don't know what Upperland Orb is. I should probably check that out sooner or later. Got him. Nice, we take that. There we go. Nice smooth fight there. Probably could have killed him a little faster if I had the level 2 bow, but that's okay. Then again, we don't know what the level 2 bow is. Alright, Jab Orb and the Sprite. Okay, Sprite is here. And he came with the boomerang, it looks like. Okay. Alright, so boomerang is Con Thunder. Alright, so depending on what's in the treasury will determine my next course of action here. We don't have a cutting weapon, so we can't check much else early game right now, aside from maybe Undini's Cave. Okay, nothing on Girl. And Mantis Ant. We can also go to Upperland and see what's in Moogle Village. Alright, Gold Key. Dab Orb. Okay, there's the Flaming Drum. Never mind what I just said. Alright, 400 bucks. 200 bucks. And the Javelin. Okay. Javelin is nice. We're going to check that out and see if it has anything useful on it. Beast Strength and Earth. Okay. Yeah, sure. We take that. Before I go, 767. Spiky Suit. Power Wrist for the Sprite. Sounds like a plan. I could go Cobra Bracelet, but nah, that's alright. I gotta get in my helmet too. What I might actually do is go to Matango. Well, I'm about to go to Matango anyway. I might go to Matango and grab 2 Crow Caps. Alright, so early Flaming Drum. 1 seed. We know the locations of 2 other seeds right now. We know where the fire seed is. We know where the water seed is. And I think we know that the light seeds on a ped. Okay, sword orb. And 200 bucks. All right, cool. All right, that puts us at 500 though. Two tiaras is 700 gold, which I don't have, unfortunately. So I think what I do here is buy 2 krill caps instead. Yeah, we'll get 2 krill caps. Alright, so you get that. You can have this. Alright, let me sell real quick. Grab some candies and herbs here, just to be safe. We can also forge one of our weapons too. I think I will. Jav's got stone on it, so I might keep that. I also might fish for an int weapon here if I can. I could forge my bow too. Never mind. No, I can't. I have to forge a javelin. All right, so. Damn. All right, it was a risk I had to take. That's unfortunate. All right, let's go. Yeah, I realized that I don't have any orbs for the bow or boomerang yet. Alright, let's see. We go to Mandala here and get some information. We have the gold key as well, so that's an extra check we can do. Alright, what do we got? Elements needed 3. Needed shade. Moon seed in a warm place. Could be fire palace. Alright, nothing there. Not needed salamando. Sword is late. And fire final is the light seed. Okay, so we know where the light seed is exactly. We know where the water seed is exactly. And we know where the fire seed is. Good information. Alright, so we go to Kakara here. Since we know that the light seed is on the fire seed pedestal, and we know the fire seed is in Pure Land, which I doubt we need the light seed, but you never know. Hit that. Good job. We're gonna go ahead and check this orb. Silphid. Okay. Alright, Silphid needed for that. Honestly, I should probably check the moon ped while I'm here too. Wouldn't hurt. I mean, we know where the light seed is now, but it never hurts to check these peds because you never know if there's other seeds on them. Okay, that's silver too. Alright then. Silphid required for Moon Palace and the first orb in Fire Palace, so yeah, we can't do anything about that. Let's see. I kind of want to fish for the sword here, so we'll check Turtle Isle and go to Tasnica after that. Maybe we'll get lucky and the sword is free. Although, now that I think about it, I'm almost sure that this is an axe angle because the sword could possibly be locked by something. Locked by the whip, locked by the axe. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, the sword probably is locked behind something. But there's always that chance that it could be free. I doubt it, though. There's no harm in checking, though. Alright, Jab Orb. Not needed Lumina. Okay. I highly doubt there's a seed on Mech 3 anyway. Aw, damn. Yikes. Alright, so these free late checks aren't paying off so far, which is kind of what I expected, honestly. Alright, Sunken Continent we can't do right now, so we go to Mera. I mean, don't get me wrong, we actually can do stuff on Sunken Continent, but we're not going to. Not yet, anyway. Alright, Mera has nothing, of course. Why wouldn't she have anything? Alright, so we check Chrissy, see what she says. We'll check out Northtown Castle. Okay, Chrissy says nothing. Go figure. Remember that the shops are vanilla. We don't need to check the shops anymore. We know what is being sold where. Okay, there's Lumina. And Luna. Okay, Luna is pretty huge, actually. And I think I'd get started on that right now because we do have a seed. Alright, Bow Orb. Pop out. We go Ruins. Now, I could gamble for the dialogue hint. I could, especially since I have Lumina. And in fact, that might not be a bad idea, but I would rather not, honestly. Gambling for the dialogue hint is risky in itself because dialogue might not say anything important. Alright, Axe Orb. Honestly, what I might do And since I have the gold key, what I might do is check out not only the first chest, but the second chest too. I have to kill Blue Spike to get to the second chest though. But I might go there just to chase the sword. But it's pretty much a long shot, honestly. The ninjas though, he's just smacking them, which is good. There we go. Alright. Sprite's Luna is now level 1. Now, if we got hints saying that stuff is mid-game, I'm getting silence unfortunately. If we got hints saying that stuff is mid-game, then yeah, I would probably chase the dialogue hint. But it's always a gamble anyway, because again, like I said earlier, dialogue might not have a hint at all. And then you're left, you know, with just the 2 checks back here. Damn. Alright, let's see. Money check is 85. We have nothing right now. Rope on out of here, and we're gonna head on towards Ice Country. We'll go Santa's house and the Ice Palace. But no need to go to Total Village. We know it's there. We can't afford a squat right now anyway, so no need to go there. Alright, Mech 3 is dead. Alright, so that confirms no seed on Mech 3. Which means we don't care what Grand Palace needs. Alright, Ice Palace, and then Ice Palace. After Ice Palace, we go to Light Palace. Oh god. Dang owls. Can we move them, please? Thank you. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice to see, actually. Alright, Gold Tower. I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to chase that second chest. But of course, that second chest requires me to kill the Blue Spike, which shouldn't be an issue. Okay, there's the Dark Seed. Sure, we take that. Absolutely take that. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel as though this is a decent play, especially since we know the sword is late. And it could be in this chest up here. I highly doubt it, but you never know. You never know. All right, Whip Orb. Good. Oh, that's an Earth Seed. Oh, that is actually pretty huge. Sprite, 9 MP. What's my play here? We don't have a cutting weapon still. Honestly, I think my next play is Wind Palace. Earth Palace needs Sofa to get to, which we don't have. Yeah, I think my next play is Wind Palace here. Unfortunate. Yeah, he's casting something. He did. Yep. Water Seeds at Witch's Castle. Fire Seed is in Pure Land. Moon Seeds at a Warm Place. Light Seeds from the Fire Seed pedestal. The only seed unaccounted for here is Dryad Seed. The axe. Oh baby. Okay. Next play actually is to level up the level 3. Yeah, we have to. Magic is our main source of damage right now, so we definitely want to have our Dryad at level 3. So that means I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of time, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay on a seed like this. Because we have to go to Pure Land eventually, and we're going to need damage from something. We don't have a lot of money, so we can't forge weapons. So we might as well level up the Tree Spirit. I kind of wish I had the Midge Mallet, but oh well. Alright, so while I'm doing this, I'm gonna think about what my next play is. With the information that we have. We can grab the Water Seed out of Witch's Castle now. We can also check the sword pedestal and see what's there. As a matter of fact, full clearing early game isn't a bad idea. Yeah, full clearing early game isn't a bad idea right now. Okay, Dryad just hit 3. And Luna just hit 2. Perfect. Although something tells me I should get Luna to 3. Yeah, I'm gonna get Luna to 3 just to be on the safe side. And not to mention we don't have an int weapon. Well, we don't know what's on the axe, so the axe might have something on it. I'll check after I'm done. Okay, we're out. Alright, I should need 6 more. I think it's 6. Yep, 6 more. Alright, we're good. Drop save. We go to... Well, first things first, I want to check and see if there's intelligence on this axe. Yes, there is. Okay, so Sprite. You can have that. I kind of want to see what's behind that sword pedestal. I mean, we'll just full care early game. Screw it. We'll go Potos. We can grab that water seed anytime. We know where it is. Alright, we are going to check Mantis Ant while we're here. He should die to like 2 burst spells. Yep. Minimum required seeds is 6. We know there's a seed at Pure Land. Witch's Castle has the water seed, so that'll be 4. Reset. Light seed is at the Fire Palace. On the Fire Seed pad to be exact. Moon seed is in a warm place, which means it could also be in the Fire Palace. Okay, Northtown Castle for the spear. We're not interested in that. Oh, there's Sylphid though. Ooh. Do I check Fire Palace here? I kind of want to. I kind of want to check Fire Palace. Okay, here's what we do. Here's what we do. We drop a save. We're gonna drop a save right here. The better place to save is probably Nico, but that's fine. We drop a save, and we check Fire Palace. Because chances are that the Moon Seed is there. It is possible that the Moon Seed is also sitting behind the Sea Hare Tail. We have 1, 2, 3 elementals. No, 4. We have 4. I forgot about Lumina. So there's a good chance that we can get through here. Maybe. But we'll see. Alright, so we know this is Sylphid. There we go. All right, let's see. We're gonna check the other orb. Well, we'll get this chest first, and then we'll check the other orb. Okay, there's the sea hare tail. Can we get through? Yes, we can. All right, so Lumina. Nice. Yep, there's our moon seed. Okay, so 4 seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and check the other chest here. I'm getting absorbed. Yeah. I'm gonna check the other chest here just in case. Probably nothing here. Oh, no. Dryad Sea's here. Okay. We leave now. We go to Pure Land. Never mind going to Witch's Castle. We go straight to Pure Land here. Holy moly. The Fire Palace actually has 3 seeds, which is pretty insane. How much money do I have? Please tell me I have 500. Dang. That is unfortunate because I kind of want a walnut here. Yeah. I really want a walnut. Okay, I just have to go. I just have to go at this point because the main reason I want a walnut is for Thunder Gigas. That's the main reason I want a walnut. But I don't have enough cash, unfortunately. Okay, can we get this to level 1? I'm gonna try to get this to level 1 really quick here. Got a Jane. Alright. We'll get it up during the fight here. It should hit level 1 during this boss fight. Oh, you're in a perfect spot. Or you were in a perfect spot. Good. Holy crap, 2 seeds in the Fire Palace. Absolutely insane. Yes. Yeah, we're good. Eleven. Oh. That is actually pretty crazy. Moon Seed and the Dryad Seed in the Fire Palace. And we also know that the Light Seed's there too. We can't get to the Light Seed, unfortunately, because we don't have the Whip or the Fire Seed. And we know the Fire Seed is here in Pure Land. Alright, there's Shade. We don't really care about Shade this run. So we won't be using them. is why we get Dryad up to level 3, folks. Because we want to make these Pure Land bosses as painless as possible. And we want to make them as quick as possible. Thunder Gigas on the other hand is not going to be a fast fight. I already know that because 1, we can't drain from him, and 2, our weapons are still level 1. So Thunder Gigas is going to be a little bit of an issue. We do have candy, so we should be okay. Basically, what we're going to do for Thunder Gigas is just throw... Ow. We're just going to throw everything we have at him right at the start. And work from there. But until we get there, we're just gonna burst everything in sight. Dryad should be hitting level 4 pretty soon. I don't think he's dead. No. There we go. Honestly, what I might do is pump Dryad to level 4 before I get to Thunder Gigas. Just for the extra damage. I might just do that. Matter of fact, I think I will do that. Dryad should be very close to level 4. Alright, Spear Orb, Axe Orb. We can check actually how much XP she has. 66. Okay, so I need another, what? Like 6 spells. I think it's 6. I have to be mindful of my MP here. We don't want to hit 0. Okay. Alright, this should go up right here, right? Yep. Alright, we want to drain from this guy. Just for a little bit of extra damage on burst, because we're going to be throwing everything we have right now. I mean, I don't really want to, so I won't. We're gonna do this instead, though. Oh my god, stop. The Thunder Saber. I could just replace it. Nah, I can't do Moon Saber here. Moon Saber is a bad idea. There we go. Not that bad. I figured I'd dump all my bursts on him and then just use Moon Energy and finish him off that way. Because again, you can't use Magic Absorb on Thunder Gigas. He will reverse the effect and steal your MP. And obviously we cannot have that. Alright, Sword Orb and 2,000 gold. I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of these out now so I don't get smacked on the way up here. 5. Ooh. There we go. All right, so now here's our situation. If we need, okay, this should be the fire seed, right? This definitely should be the fire seed because we know the fire seed's here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so if we need 6 seeds to finish the run, then we are done. If, on the other hand, we need 7 seeds, we know where a seed is. We know that there's a seed at Witch's Castle. We can just go there and grab that. And then come back, and then we're done. So either we're done right now, or the seed's going to last another, like, 5 or so minutes. Are we good? Yep, we're good. All right, so 6 seeds required. All right, 52:54 is our time. Not bad at all. We got really lucky doing some checks because, I mean, they just happen to have seeds. Like that Earth seed, I think finding that Earth seed is pretty huge because now here's my reasoning of going after that chest. We got a hint saying that the sword was late. So I'm thinking, all right, well, the sword is probably locked by something. Maybe. And at this point, I'm willing to think it is. But it is rando, so it is possible that, hey, the sword rather could be free. Could be in a chest. So I'm thinking, you know what? I have the gold key. We can check the first chest in Light Palace. We found the dark seed. We have Dryad. We have Luna. Granted, they're both level 0. Well, Dryad was level 0. Luna was level 1. Blue spike shouldn't be an issue to kill. Should take 2, maybe 3 bursts to kill. And then that's that. And we can check the second chest. So the blue spike fight doesn't take too long at all. And then, lo and behold, we did not find the sword, but we found something better, and we found the Earth Seed. And that was our 3rd seed. So that was really lucky that we ran across that Earth Seed there. Honestly, I can't say that a lot of runners won't make that check because, I mean, these other runners are smart. You know, they're very good players. And we know how good they are at this rando. So I'm not going to be surprised if there are a few runners that check that chest because they see the hint saying that the sword is late game. I won't be surprised. But anywho, this definitely was a pretty fast seed for what it was worth anyway. Could have been a lot worse, obviously. I don't think it was a linear seed. I mean, the beginning kind of was. Not really, though. But I guess you can say that it was a partially linear seed because the hints tell you where 2 seeds are in the beginning. Water seed at Witch's Castle. What was it? Fire seed in a volcano. So that tells you, okay, that gives you the incentive to plan for late game. Okay, so I want to find 5 seeds because I know that the fire seed is in Pure Land. If 6 seeds are required, that fire seed will be seed number 6, and then I'll be done. So that hint gives you the incentive to go for 5 seeds. Um, what else? Water seed at the witch's castle. Now, the randomizer or the seed flat out tells you where to go for that. But of course, witch's castle is locked by a cutting weapon, so that means you want to find the sword or the axe. You get a hint saying that the sword is late. So, I mean, like I said earlier, it's not really a bad idea to check Gold Tower because you had the key. So why not? As I said earlier, that sword could be in a chest. And if the sword, let's say the sword was in a chest, then you can go. Well, actually, you can't because you need the whip. So, having the sword will at least get you to Pure Land. So, yeah. Anywho, sword wasn't there. OC was there instead, which was actually better. So then we do freebies. We find Lumina. We find Luna. Lumina was important to get through Fire Palace. Of course, we don't know that until you actually see the orb. Luna, of course, is nice to have for pretty much any seed. And then once we're done with our freebies, we go to the Wind Palace because one, it's pretty much the most logical check you can do at that point because you have Dryad. I mean, if you go to Ice Palace, you find Dryad. You have Dryad, you have Luna, you have Lumina. So why not go to Wind Palace and level up your magic to level 3? That way you set yourself up for Pure Land, you set yourself up for pretty much any other boss, for a while anyway, until they start scaling up. And if they start scaling up to the point where level 3 burst isn't killing them, then you have to level up. But at that point in the run, level 3 burst was more than enough to kill any boss rather quickly. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to level up my burst spell. The other reason is because I got to go through Pure Land eventually, so I want to have some sort of high damage option because we know it's vanilla bosses and those bosses have high HP in general, especially Thunder Gigas. So you want to have some way of dealing high damage in a reasonable amount of time. So that's the other reason why we leveled up Dryad to level 3. Fire Palace ultimately has 3 mana seeds: the Moon Seed, the Dryad Seed, and the Light Seed. We know the Light Seed's there because we got a hint saying that the Light Seed was at the Fire Seed pedestal. We know that the Fire Seed was in Pure Land. But however, you needed to get the Wind Seed from Tropicalo. You turn in the Wind Seed to get the axe, which was your cutting weapon for the seed. And then you go back to early game, you go to the sword pedestal and find Sylphid. And then you can go to Fire Palace and grab those 2 seeds. So, I mean, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. We got, like I said, we got really lucky finding that Earth Seed. And then, of course, we found the axe, we found Sylphid. So once I found Sylphid, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's make a save and check Fire Palace to see if I can actually get through. Chances are we can't because we only have 4 elementals. But it's always a possibility, so that's why we checked. We found out that the second orb was Lumina, which we had. We got Lumina from freebies. So that gave us access to the Moon Seed, which was our 4th seed. And then we checked the chest after that and found the Dryad Seed, which was our 5th seed. So then I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with Witch's Castle. I'm going to go straight to Pure Land. We're going to gamble and see if we need 6 seeds. Remember, we know the Fire Seed's at Pure Land, so the Fire Seed is going to be our 6th seed. And if the seed requires 6 mana seeds to complete, then we're done. If the seed requires 7 mana seeds, We know where to get a 7th. We know the water seed's at Witch's Castle, so we could have gone to Witch's Castle, grab that 7th seed, and then go back to Pure Land, and still probably have sub out with the seed. Honestly, I won't be surprised if most runners sub out with the seed. Um, I'm also, I can't assume. You can never assume with these randomizer runs. You really can't. But I'm willing to bet that a good amount of runners are going to follow the Witch's Castle route, which is perfectly fine. In fact, going Witch's Castle is the safe route because you know that there's a seed there. You know there's a guaranteed seed there once you do the check, and there's a hint there too. Um, and I'm willing to bet that folks that go Witch's Castle will have the water seed as their probably 3rd seed. Because let's see, wind seed at Tropicalo, you go to ruins. Although some runners might go ruins and then get the flaming drum and then do freebies and then come back to early game, which is fine with me. And then come back and see that wind seed, and then follow that, turn that in, get the axe, and then maybe go back to early game to get Sylphid. But like I said, there's several ways one can route this seed. But as I said, some runners might find that water seed as their 3rd seed, and most likely they're going to check the sword pedestal, or in worst case scenario, they forget about the sword pedestal, you know. But that sword pedestal happens to be super important because it has Sylphid, and Sylphid is ultimately blocking 3 seeds. So yeah, doing that sword pedestal is super important this run. But yeah, like I said, sub-hour times, I won't be surprised if, you know, I see other runners come in sub-hour. Um, yeah, so 52, 54 is our time for this seed of the week. Not a bad seed, actually. Um, not really a cut and dry seed. There's several ways you can run this. We just got really lucky on finding that earth seed when we did, and ultimately having the option to skip going to Witch's Castle because we know Witch's Castle is like a 3, 4, 5 minute trip because you got to run through the forest, you got to cut through all the bushes in the forest, then you got to run through the castle, maybe save, and then you got to kill the spiky tiger. So it takes a couple of minutes. But thankfully we didn't have to do that because we ultimately decided to check the fire palace once we got Sylphid. So yeah, we got lucky. We saved a little bit of time by doing that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put in our time right here and now. 52, 54. All right. Gotta make sure I put this in right, otherwise Meribot won't accept it. All right. All right. So far, only 2 other runners have finished. And second we're in first so far. But it's like I said, I'm totally expecting sub-hour times on this seed. Um, in second place has a 106.19, and third is a 143.18. Interesting. Oh, oh, They must have checked. They must have checked the sword pedestal late. Yeah, yeah. They're saying that they didn't. They didn't check it right away. I mean, to be fair, the sword pedestal is one of those checks you're easily to forget. Unless you find okay, so let's let's think of a situation where you have a flaming drum and logic seed and you find a cutting weapon super early or you start with one. Like you start with the sword or you start with the axe. So at that point, you're thinking, okay, you know what? I'm going to check sword pedestal right now because I can. Especially if you have an axe start or a sword start. You make a save in Potos and you check the sword pedestal. It's not that hard to do. Doesn't take too much time either. If there's nothing there, you reset and move on. But when you have a flaming drum and logic seed where you find the flaming drum, maybe let's say 20 minutes into the seed, and then you decide to go do freebies, and then you decide to do other checks, and you decide to do whatever, and you don't come back to early game, you can easily forget about the sword pedestal. And I can see how, a runner can just, okay, I forgot about the sword pedestal. And in this case, something really important was there in being Sylphid. So, yeah, I mean, I can see where they're coming from, honestly, because there's times where I've forgotten about it. You know, you're thinking about other things at the time. You're thinking about, you know, what to do for your next check or how to route, your next check or whatever, and you're not really thinking about it at that point. But if you have like a sword start or axe start, then yeah, that's probably going to be the first thing on your mind because you know that the sword pedestal is available to be checked. And even if you don't have a sword or axe start, if you find it, say, really early, you find it at like Pandora Ruins or something, then you go check the sword pedestal because it's not that far away and it's a pretty easy check. It's like a minute or so. Depending on if you start fighting enemies or whatnot, if enemies get in your way or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I can understand forgetting about the sword pedestal. It happens. It happened to me plenty of times. So yeah, so that's it for this seed of the week, number 216. 52, 54 is our time. Yeah, like I said on the last seed of the week, I will also be still be doing career day. Um, Practicing routing and decision making and execution and all that good jazz there. So you can look forward to more of those in the near future. Um, Also, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do this yet, but I might be taking a little bit of a break from SOM Rando. Not anytime in the near future, but um, I'm just putting that out there right now. I might be taking a little bit of a spell from SOM Rando, so I'm just throwing that out there. It's not going to be next week or anything. I'm not gonna not do the next seed of the week or anything. Um, but yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. Reason why is because I'm gonna be a lot more busier. I mean, the holidays are coming up, so I'm gonna be a lot more busier. And not gonna say that I'm burnt out, but I am a tiny bit burnt out, just a little bit. So yeah, like I said, I'm just throwing that out there so you guys know. Once I make the decision to actually go on a hiatus, so to say, of the randomizer, then I'll let y'all know. But right now, I'm just throwing that out there so y'all know. All right, anywho, I will see you all next time.